Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are reviewing a Broken People's playlist by Chimeka Garricks. Stay tuned. I've had this book for a very long time. I think I've had it since 2021. But I'm one of those people who likes to hoard stuff until it's the right time before I read it. I can keep something for up to 5 years and not read it or watch it because I just don't feel like the time is right yet. Anyway, I decided to read this book this week. I just finished it actually. And one of the things I found most intriguing about it is the fact that it was influenced by songs. Like there's a song linked to every story. The stories are based off of songs. They have the same titles with the songs. And I love music, so that was intriguing for me, right? And I decided to start reading it. But honestly, the title of the book should have been a warning to me, A Broken People's Playlist. I feel like it's just full of sad stories. I'm sorry, I'm not one of those people who likes to criticize wickedly people's written work because it takes a lot of time and effort and brain power. But it took me a long time to really get into this book, and I feel like I didn't even get into it at the end of the day. I couldn't finish reading it. I read 9 out of 12 stories in it. So let us review these 9 that I have read. So the first story in this book is Lost Stars, and it is written based off of Adam Levine's song Lost Stars. And I feel like this story is relatable. I liked it for a first story. It was good. And yeah, it is good that it is the first story because it is gripping. It grips the reader. So it's about two friends, right? A girl and a boy. They've been friends since they were teenagers. And they have always loved each other, but they've not been together. And now they're in their late 30s, I think, and they finally decide to get together. At the time, the lady is seeing a married man, and I think she has been seeing him for about 4 years. And then the guy has his own little situations going on, but finally, he proposes to her. Like, I'm tired of this back and forth. Oh, I forgot to add, in the midst of their friendship and his situations and her own situation, they were friends with benefits, occasional friends with benefits. So the guy says, oh, I'm tired of this thing we are doing. I want to marry you. And she finally agrees to marry him. Oh, no, she doesn't agree at first because she lives in Lagos, he lives in Port Harcourt, and he just started a business that is thriving in Port Harcourt. And she just got promoted at work, or she's doing really well at work, something like that. So she doesn't want to leave and come back. She doesn't want him to come to her either. But like the guy said, he's tired now and it's time to take the bull by the horns. So he hires someone to run his business for him, and he decides to go to Lagos, which is what he calls her, and tells her he's going to move to her to Lagos while somebody handles his things over here. But after they finally find middle ground, after years of back and forth, right, he has an accident and he dies. I feel like this one is very relatable. Anybody can relate to it because as people, we act like we have our own time in our hands. We keep putting stuff up, or we keep just playing games as if, oh, when I want to, I can make it right, or I can settle, or I can do what it is I want to do when I feel like it. So this story is just a gentle reminder that you do not own your time, and at any moment your life could end. So yeah, I think the moral lesson of the story is that you should seize the day because you never know when it ends. Music is the next story in the book, and it is written under the influence of the song Music by Eric Sermon and Marvin Gaye. And I don't understand this story. Why? This book is about Titi, DJ Titi. T somebody, I don't know his name. Anyway, he comes from a family of 5. He's the middle child. He has an older brother and a younger sister, and 2 parents that are always fighting. His father is a university professor and he is a womanizer, right? In the course of the story, he leaves his family and moves in with a lady that he has been cheating on his wife with, right? And later, he leaves that lady for another lady because, like I said, he's a womanizer. And his son, that's Titi. The story is told from his perspective. He's a DJ, he loves music, and he understands how to read people. He understands what kind of music that they would like and things like that. And I think in the course of all his family falling apart or whatever, his main aim is just to play music for people, which he ends up doing at the end of the day. So I'm sorry, but the story is just there. So the next story in the book is Hurt and is written based off of the song by Johnny Cass. This story is intriguing because it has a man who attends his own funeral. He has a living funeral. He knows that he's about to die. So he decides to throw his own funeral for himself, and after his death, he wants to be cremated, right? So his older brother is the one who is sponsoring the whole event for him. And as we go deeper into the story, at first we think, oh, they are brothers, they are cool, they are whatever. But as we go deeper into the story, we see that they literally just started talking again. They've gone years without speaking. Why? When they were younger, their dad died and their older brother died. So it's just them two and their mom that were left, right? And after the death of these two people, the mother started pampering the person who is about to die. His name is Dami. She started pampering him, changing his wardrobe twice a year, expensive stuff. She sent him to school. I think he went to different schools and he kept dropping out until he was deported. And he came back, no degree, nothing to show, just a drug addiction. And his mother demands that his brother makes him a director in their family company. Finally, he agrees because his mother keeps nagging him. So he agrees and everything seems to be going well until Dami steals from the company. I think he stole 168 million naira or something from the company. Anyway, he couldn't sue him because his mother wouldn't stand for that. So he cut him off, stopped talking to him, blah, blah, blah. Meanwhile, Dami had been married at some point, apparently, to a lady named Joy. And he asked his brother, who was traveling on business, to invite Joy because he was traveling to where Joy would be. So invite Joy for my funeral. And Joy says she's not coming. And she's really angry about the whole invitation and stuff. So the older brother at first is confused as to why the animosity. Yes, they are divorced, but the animosity is on another level. Until he discovers that Dami used to beat his wife. He used to beat her and cheat on her, and he gave her so many STDs. So she finally decided to leave him. So no, she does not attend his funeral. And Dami is sad. He wished that he could have made amends, but doesn't work that way, and he dies. Sadness again. Next story in the book is Song for Someone, and it's about a lady named Kel. She is a child born out of wedlock. Her mom used to be the secretary for her father, who was married with 3 children at the time. So the father sets up her mother in an apartment, pays for everything, but the girl has to stay out of the limelight because the father is prominent and he doesn't want to ruin his image. As a result, the girl is broken. Your typical girl with daddy issues. She can't settle down. She can't keep love. She just keeps self-sabotaging, you get. Until finally, she meets a guy. His name is Jolomi, and he sees right through her self-sabotaging facade. And they hit it off, they fall in love, and she finally introduces him to her father. She makes peace with her father as well. And she finally introduces Jolomi to her dad. Yeah, this story is okay. I think this is literally the only, I'm not saying the only because I haven't read 3 of them. But of all the ones I've read, this is the one that doesn't have a sad ending. Yes, the lady is broken, but she heals, which I love to see. The next story is in the city. This one is about a policeman named Enenche. He's about to leave the police force in 3 weeks, and he has promised himself that he's not going to kill anybody before he does that. And I'm wondering the casual way with which he keeps saying he promised himself he wouldn't kill anybody, and later he says, okay, he's going to shoot this person for making him chase him around the streets. Anyway, bottom line of the story is that they catch a guy. They are looking for somebody, right? And they don't catch him, but they catch another person. They know that this other person is not the person that they're looking for. But they end up killing him. Why? Because they're about to let him go until they go through his phone and they discover he's gay because of the category of videos that they find in his phone. And so they decide to kill him. And this one is particularly sad because the person they kill is just a very young and smart boy, 20 years old, with a single mother that he just nursed back to health. He's trying to work and just make money for himself and his mother. And they know, and they kill him regardless. And I think they go ahead with killing him for two reasons. One, because he's gay, and two, because it's going to pad their numbers that, oh, they actually solved this robbery case. So it's a very sad story, this one. The next story is I Put a Spell on You, and this one is based off of the popular song by Nina Simone, right? It's about three men. Three men are having like a game night or something, and one of them declares that he thinks he has erectile dysfunction. And so the others are getting worried. What is it? What have you done about it? And he says, oh, he thinks he has erectile dysfunction. He hasn't been able to sleep with anybody except his wife. So he says he knows that his wife has jazzed him, but he can't bring it up because how would he say he found out that she has jazzed him? Do you get? Anyway, they talk to one of their friends who has been in a relationship for about 10 years, but he's not married to the person he's dating. They met while they were in uni abroad, and they decided, both of them, that marriage was not for them. But that was 10 years ago. And they tell him that they feel like things have changed for her, so he should propose to her because she's even pregnant now. So yes, he finally proposes to her the next day. And this is where the plot twist comes in. She calls the wife of the one who has erectile dysfunction, who has selective erectile dysfunction. And she says, yes, the guy has finally proposed. Thank you for giving me the things that I put in his pepper soup. Now, this is crazy because just the day before, he was still adamant about not marrying her. And I feel like it is the talk that his friends had with him that convinced him to marry her. Unless she gave him the pepper soup after that talk, because I don't understand. Anyway, another story in the book, and this is one of my favorites. I liked this one, is You Suppose Know. And this one is written based off the song by Bez and Yemi Alade. You know it now. You suppose know by now. Anyway, this song is about an old couple, right? The guy is 75 and they are just together. They are a unit, you get me? They go into the hospital where their son works because the man has been going to the bathroom frequently and the wife is worried, so she drags him to the hospital, and he keeps complaining that he has not entered the hospital in 35 years. He's fine, he feels okay. But they do some blood tests and they discover that he's diabetic type 2, right? So they say it's manageable, but they have to admit him for a short period so that they can control his blood sugar before letting him go, with advice on how to stay healthy. So the wife asks, do you have a private room? And they say yes. Does it have 2 beds? And they're like, 2 beds, why? And she's like, I have to stay with my husband, I have to take care of him. So they wheel in another bed for them. But funny thing is, when the doctor comes into the room to check on them, the other bed is useless because the wife and the husband are cuddling on one bed. And it's just so cute because as old as they are going strong and they just love each other. Genuinely, they have each other's backs, right? Which is funny because their sons are nothing like them. Their first son is in the story with the guys where one of them has selective erectile dysfunction and he's a womanizer. Their second son is in another story and he just cheated on his wife. So I don't get it. Anyway, at the end of the day, somebody dies. One of them dies, and it is not the husband. You know how it is now. Someone is ill and you're preparing that they're the one that will die. But the wife has a brain aneurysm and she's the one that dies. And the husband just kind of, it's obvious. You can see that he's wasting away, and his children know he will hardly last past that year before he dies as well. So yeah, this one is cute, sad but cute. Yeah. So generally, I would say this book is really broken, and I don't know why it says that it doesn't resonate with me. Probably because I like to think it's because maybe I'm not broken, so it doesn't resonate with me. But I definitely will not be reading this book again. I'm very sorry, you. I'm sorry. It's not bad writing or anything. It's just the stories, they don't work for me. So yeah, that is the review. I feel like this video has been lazy. I feel like it is detached, but that's possibly because that's how the stories have made me feel. I can't put enthusiasm into my review because I'm not enthusiastic about it. Sorry. So thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Bye guys.